Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. Namaskar, welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. Now, upcoming COP29 in Azerbaijan is expected to focus on climate finance, which is crucial for developing countries vulnerable to climate change. These nations reliant on sensitive sectors like agriculture and face significant risk despite contributing minimally to global emissions. On the other hand, developed countries account for 57% of the cumulative global emissions despite smaller populations, creating a disparity in responsibility. Talking about climate finance, it refers to funding that supports actions addressing climate change, including mitigation and adaptation from various sources. OECD tracks these financial flows, primarily consisting of loans and grants. However, there are concerns that these reports often reflect commitments rather than actual disbursements and don't sufficiently account for the needs of developing countries. Now, why there is a need for climate finance for developing countries? So, friends, developing nations require external financing due to limited domestic resources and high cost of capital. India, for an example, has an ambitious climate goals for 2030, needing an estimated 16.8 lakh crore for renewable energy and 8 lakh crore for green hydrogen and substantial investment in electrical vehicles. And do you know, friends, 2009 Copenhagen Accord committed developed countries to provide $100 billion annually in climate finance to developing countries by 2020, extended to 2025. A new target for post 2025 is expected to be discussed at COP29. Now, Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways announced plans to preserve and transform India's lighthouses into tourist hubs during the second India Lighthouse Festival in Puri. Tourist footfall at lighthouses has increased by 400% since 2014, and over 9 lakh visitors were recorded in the first half of the current fiscal year. Therefore, national framework is being proposed to highlight the maritime history and legacy of India's lighthouses. And in this context, 75 iconic lighthouses have been developed across 9 coastal states and 1 union territory. These lighthouses feature modern amenities like museums, amphitheaters, and children's park, blending heritage with recreation. And 2 new lighthouses will be established in Odisha, and new Kalwan Reef lighthouses have been inaugurated in Gujarat. Next article talks about Cyclone Dana because Odisha has started preparing for a possible impact of Cyclone Dana in the coastal areas. This name was given by Qatar and its meaning is beautiful. Talking about cyclones, the term cyclone comes from the Greek word cyclos, meaning coils of a snake, coined by Henry Paddington due to the appearance of tropical storms in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. They are atmospheric disturbances characterized by low pressure areas and rapid destructive air circulation, often accompanied by violent storms and bad weather. In northern hemisphere, air circulates inward in an anti-clockwise directions, while in the southern hemisphere it circulates clockwise. They are classified as extratropical cyclones and tropical cyclones. They are given many names in different regions of the world. They are known as typhoons in the China Sea and Pacific Ocean, hurricanes in the West Indian Islands in the Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean, tornadoes in the Guinea lands of West Africa and southern USA, willy-willies in northwestern Australia, and tropical cyclones in the Indian Ocean. Now, Quad Group recently conducted back-to-back naval exercises to enhance their interoperability and anti-submarine warfare capabilities. And here first is exercise Malabar, which was held from October 8th to 18th, and it was described by the Indian Navy as the most comprehensive addition to date, featuring a harbor phase and a sea phase in the Bay of Bengal. This exercise was started as a bilateral deal between India and US in the 1992, and it has evolved into a crucial multilateral event which is aimed at addressing maritime security challenges in the Indian Ocean and Indo-Pacific regions. And next is Exercise Kakadu, which was held from September 9 to 20, and it involved nearly 300 personnel from the 30 nations, emphasizing Australia's commitment to regional maritime security through international partnerships. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually inaugurated 3 new airports in India, which are located in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. These airports are part of central government's regional connectivity scheme UDAN. Talking about UDAN scheme, stands for Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik, and it was launched in 2016 by Ministry of Civil Aviation to enhance regional air connectivity. The first Udan flight took off on April 27, 2017, connecting Shimla and Delhi, marking the start of expanded air travel accessibility. There are different versions of Udan, and here first is Udan 1.0, which awarded 128 flight routes to 70 airports. Udan 2.0 connected 73 underserved airports, including helipads. Udan 3.0 introduced tourism routes and connected water aerodromes. Udan 4.0 5.0 focused on northeastern regions, hilly states, and included helicopters and seaplanes. Udan 5.0 removed distance restrictions, focusing on larger aircraft and quicker operationalization of routes. Now, International Container Transshipment Port at Galathea Bay in Great Nicobar Island has been notified as India's 13th major port, 25 years after the Kamarajar port. This port is strategically located on the east-west international trade route near major transshipment terminals like Singapore, Klang, and Colombo. It aims to capture transshipment cargo from Indian East Coast ports as well as from Bangladesh and Myanmar, enhancing maritime trade in the Indo-Pacific region. Next article focuses upon red panda, which is a small arboreal mammal found in forests across India, Nepal, Bhutan, northern Myanmar, and southern China. It prefers elevations between 2200 and 4800 meters, primarily in mixed deciduous and conifer forest with dense bamboo understories. In India, red pandas are primarily located in Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and Darjeeling and Kalimpong districts of West Bengal. It is a state animal of Sikkim, and IUCN Red List of Threatened Species classifies red panda as endangered species. It is also protected under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Now, India participated in the bilateral naval exercise Nasim al-Bahr with Oman. This exercise successfully strengthened interoperability, mutual understanding, and cohesion between Indian Navy and Royal Navy of Oman. This exercise also underscores India's commitment to constructive collaboration with like-minded nations in the Indian Ocean region. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.